There we go. I guess we're just gonna happen to do it today. I got a little. Went a little far. Oh, my cards. Oh, there's my phone. Hello, phone. Thank you for the notification. Anyway, so we are going to go ahead and start anyway. Today, it should be, hopefully, maybe, if I can get this right. Uh-oh. Wow, I see problem. Oh, wait. Yay! I got fixed. Okay, so, if I'm not mistaken, today is our last day for this wonderful game. Here. Oh, we got mail. Mail. Hi, howdy, book lovers. It's Book by Mail Club again. Wowie, the analysis of the Dark Warheart franchise was a real bummer, wasn't it? I didn't know all of that, and frankly, I didn't need to. To tell you what, let's ignore all of that dreary nonsense and just enjoy a good old-fashioned Dark Warheart novel. This one is called Bullets Forever, and I can't wait to find out who Dark Warheart kills this time. Here, yours in literature, Book by Mail Club. Ooh, new book. I'll hear the book. I'll hear book club. Let's see. I'm sorry, we're still missing a book. I'm a little annoyed. We missed a book. How dare I? Well, I guess I'll have to do this game over again at some point, maybe. Anyway, let's read. Bullets Forever, a Dark Warheart novel. It had happened. The unthinkable had happened. Dark Warheart was dead. Wow! Oh my gosh, he's dead? What? What happened? How had such a tragedy come to pass? It all began exactly 2 weeks prior. Dark Warheart had just successfully concluded a top-secret mission to eliminate the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator. Ooh, elevator pitches. Technically, every mission Dark Warheart engaged in was top secret, yet Dark Warheart was also the single most popular and beloved individual on Earth, with all of his exploits cataloged extensively in a quarterly review magazine. Ooh, we're bringing the businessmen in. A quarterly review magazine, Warheart Weekly. Also included supplementary materials such as fashion model foldouts of Dark Warheart. Okay? Rule 34, I guess? And reader quizzes like, where would Dark Warheart punch you to kill you instantly? Probably the face, just saying. Readers of the latest Warheart Weekly would learn of how Dark Warheart defeated the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator, in a thrilling high-speed boat fight. High-speed boat fight. Ugh. I heard that's fight. That eye needs fixing. The fight didn't actually take place on a boat, more so it featured Dark Warheart literally lifting a boat out of the water and smashing Richard McElevator to death with it. Dark Warheart had never killed a criminal with a boat before, and the sheer thrill of it blew his mind. In fact, days later, he was still riding a breathtaking high, yet by the weekend his adrenaline had cooled off and the reality began to sink in that it was an experience he'd never again get to relive. After all, Richard McElevator had been the world's #1 terrorist. The next best thing Dark Warheart could accomplish at this point would be to crush the world's #2 terrorist with a boat, and that just didn't light any sort of fire in his soul. For days he languished in a cruel depression, tortured by the joys of life he'd never get to relive. And at last, after 2 full weeks of despair, Dark Warheart arrived at an ingenious realization. If he were to die, then he would be able to travel to the afterlife, where he could once again defeat the world's #1 terrorist, Richard McElevator, in a high-speed afterlife boat battle. That seems like a bad idea. Thus, Dark Warheart set out on a high-stakes, life-threatening mission to die. This effort proved more difficult than expected. He had spent decades training his skin to resist bullets, and training up spiritual karma to resist the magic of voodoo effigies. He drank poison every morning. God guzzled poison as he was going to bed, popped poison pills periodically during missions. A doctor once said that his body was more poison than water, and that made Dirk Warhard so happy that he shot the doctor right in the kidneys. In the end, he decided to think himself to death. Dirk Warhard made it a point of pride to never think too hard about anything, and so it was perhaps the only way in which he was truly vulnerable. He began by attempting to spell long and complicated words, yet discovered that he was a natural genius at spelling, and he decided to invent entirely new, much more complex words to spell, and found he was a master at that too. Finally, he decided to invent and spell the single longest word imaginable, and that's what finally got him. A word was so long that it took him 2 weeks to spell it, after which his brain gave out and died due to sheer hatred of letters. The last thing he yelled before blackness consumed him was, "Hell had better rule!" And Dirk Warhard King too, he was lying in an old worthy ferry, floating down a grey river, surrounded on all sides by heavy brown mist. The stench of death hung in the air. Standing next to Dirk Warhard in the ferry was an ancient-looking boatman, a frail and bony figure, covered from head to toe in tattered black cloth. A boatman propelled the ferry forward with a spindly wooden oar, and groaned as he rowed. Hey, Thanos! Thanatos! Yeah, Thanatos! Anyway, after some time, the boatman looked down at Dirk Warhard. Oh snap, are you Dirk Warhard? A boatman began to tremble with excitement. Oh my god, I'm such a big fan. You're a freaking legend around here. A lot of the people I ferry were killed by you. And indeed, as Dirk Warhard looked around the underworld, he could see it was packed with perished souls, many of whom he had killed either intentionally, unintentionally, or both. He recognized many of the evildoers he'd put away, villains whom Dirk Warhard felt a moral responsibility to eliminate because they had wished harm on the everyday common man. But he had killed a lot of the everyday common man too: janitors, doctors, improv comedians. Dirk Warhard pursued his passion for violence with eyes unclouded by discrimination or class distinction. And in this sense, he was the most moral human to ever live. He recognized the souls of many political envoys and ambassadors whom he'd murdered, peaceful people whom he'd specifically been assigned to protect. A small voice in the back of his head wondered why he kept getting assigned to protect peaceful political envoys, but he would easily crush the doubts with his unstoppable mind. Another victory for freedom of thought. Dirk Warhard took some photos with the boatman and signed his copy of Warhard Weekly, and then the two of them proceeded down the river. As they went, still more recognizable faces of people he'd eliminated passed by. Many of the handlers who had been assigned to him on... Whoa. Let's check where my page was. Recognize the faces of people he'd eliminated in the past. Many of the handlers who had been assigned to him on missions. Lovers of all shapes and sizes, cashiers who'd accidentally given him too much change back, driving instructors administering his driver's license exams. Dirk Warhard had tried to get his driver's license many times over the years, but his driving was so precise and so extreme that every driving instructor who had ever ridden a car with him had spontaneously exploded from the thrill of it. His lack of a proper driver's license continued to be a point of friction between him and his agency. And at last, they passed by the face Dirk Warhard had been searching for all along. Richard McElevator, the world's #1 terrorist. Look at him standing over there, so smug and secure, thinking he's safe just because he's dead. Dirk Warhard, who boiled over with rage. He leapt from the ferry, then in midair, and grabbed the ferry out of the water and smashed it down on Richard McElevator's head. The ferry splintered into 1,000 pieces, and Richard McElevator, the world's #1 terrorist, was eradicated completely from all planes of existence. The boatman who had been thrown from the ferry when this happened began hooting and hollering and pumping his fist. Yes, bro, yes, just like that. That's how we do it in this house. And for his part, Dirk Warhard felt the same rush of pure bliss as he'd felt during his previous bulk kill. The same joy filling his soul completely from within. And he knew that the adventure had all been worth it, until a figure of pure light emerged from the heavy mist. This being was impossible to describe. It felt to Dirk Warhard like a figure from a dream he had forgotten from long ago. The being was impossible to directly perceive. When Dirk Warhard tried to look at it, he felt only a sense of balance and equanimity. From the center of this being flowed the essence of all things, of light and dark, of the beginning of time and the end of creation. This being both existed and it did not exist. And when it spoke without speaking. Dear Warhard, said the being of light, you have come to the land of the perished, and you have destroyed a soul. You have eradicated life not just from the mortal plane, but from all existence. The being floated. Ooh! I keep accidentally moving the pages. Of all existence. The being floated in all directions simultaneously, illuminating the landscapes. All things are bound by eternity, even in this place. Life is merely exchanged in a continual transfer of energy. It is this perpetual movement of life, its ebb and flow, which gives rise to consciousness. Your own consciousness depends on this life energy. To destroy it is to threaten existence itself. Now the being of light coalesced into a single form, and stood before Dirk Warhard. Come, Dirk Warhard, I extend to you my friendship and my knowledge. Your power is so immense, I ask you to employ it in the pursuit of true compassion towards others. For there is no power so great as that which stems from a place of genuine love. I wish this for you. Let us walk together, and I will show you the balanced nature of eternity. I will grant you insight into the compassion which binds our... But the being of light was cut short because Dirk Warhard had punched it directly in the groin. This was a shock to the being, because it didn't even know it had a groin. How is this possible, it said. I am the infinite. I have no body parts. I am not. Dirk Warhard punched it again, square in the nuts. The being of light doubled over in the most extreme pain it had ever felt. How? This is impossible. Now Dirk Warhard had throat-trapped the being of light. It gasped and sputtered for air. I don't breathe. How? Dirk Warhard clambered up on the being's shoulder, put an arm around its neck, a headlock, and slowly twisted. Send me back to the world of the living, he screamed. Send me back or I twist until you snap like a twig. He applied even more pressure. Please, no, gasped the being of light. Please, I'll do anything. Just let me go. The being of light pulsed with a golden glow, and Dirk Warhard felt his body begin to rise. He let go and ascended upward, out of the heavy brown mist, back towards the land of the living. The last things he heard were the being of light breathing in huge heaving gasps and the bony boatman yelling, Are you freaking kidding me, bro? Yes! When Dirk Warhard returned to his body, he discovered that the adventure had given him a new perspective on life. Going against his general distaste for thinking, he reflected on the fragility of human existence and how easily a life is taken. He felt a weight in his chest when he thought about all of those perished souls who'd never again breathe fresh air, who'd never walk in the grass nor spend cherished time with the ones they love. And so with this new outlook on mortality, Dirk Warhard decided that he would live forever. After all, he'd already been to the afterlife once, and to be honest, it kinda sucked. So he'd rather not go back again. This was a huge relief to decide because it solved a lot of problems, and he felt the weight in his chest lift completely. With another successful mission behind him, he sat down to begin describing his new perspective on life and mortality for his column in Warhard Weekly. He was also the editor-in-chief of Warhard Weekly, so he'd have to be up all night editing and revising his own writing, not to mention inventing a whole new host of complex words. But that was just the way he liked it. He grinned. God damn, it's good to be alive, and it was just another typical day for Dirk Warhard. Woo! Like the book. Well, I picked up the picture. Whoopsies. Apparently we are missing a book. Alrighty. What? Where are we on the coffee build? I do believe our task was to get the I think my computer being the problem. Computer, stop being problem. Mouse. Free the mouse. Okay, mouse is not working with my controller. They don't like talking to each other. They hate each other. Now, we were doing requests. Let's see. We gotta brew hot water with 2 coffee beans. Pour it into a cup. We are doing hot. Wait, hold on. Can I? I'm realizing that's probably too much. I think I'm going to do that again because I'm pretty sure that's too much. Okay, too much. Let me see if I can just let that go. A little bit more. Yes, that works. Don't want to go too high. Go all the way up. I just nailed it. I'm gonna do the last coffee order we'll ever do. Wait, are you telling me I don't have coffee beans? Oh. Bro! I don't have coffee beans. Oh wait, no. I cleaned them. That's what happened. Okay, let's do that again. Alright. We have a 1. A 2. A kick. And the biggest bug we can find. I think. But it's usually these guys. Let's see. Wow. Okay, that's a little bit much, but you know what? We'll work with it. Warm water. Wailing. Sweet medium. And that 1 coffee bean I forgot to pick up. If this one works. Well, we'll find out. Nana! Nana, where are you? Nana! Here's your coffee. We'll find out how I did. Well, hot dang, Missy, you made a cup of coffee. Is it the finest cup I've ever had? Not a chance, but it'll do. Ha! It'll do! Look at that! You've got me all drippy and sentimental. Alright, fine. You upheld your end of things. You get to take 1 item with you. Ooh. We're definitely taking T-Sharp Loser. There, business settled. Now get on my hair. Boro! I got a Boro! 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 Look! I got a Boro! Boro! the kid is drawing weird pictures on the floor of the shop now. Is that okay? Boro feels this is a moment for Miss Elta to make an authoritative decision. What do you say? Is drawing on the floor of the shop permitted? Totally yes! So this is decided. A stunning triumph of managerial decision-making from Shop Director Alta. Drawings from wall to wall. It is being the drawing of a new era for Wanderstop. Aren't you worried about another situation like when you left out colored markers for people? Ah, yes, you remember well. I'll tell you what, if the drawings become too unruly, you can simply sweep them away with your broom. I will leave it to your discretion, Shop Director Alta. Woo! That is neat! I can do that? Oh, that is awesome! We'll leave that one for here. Now, for now, let's see, where do we want to put... No, he go on place of recognition. What's this on top of the fireplace? I put him in the middle. He gets a place of honor. Boro gets place of honor. Hey! Yay! So happy. Now, how do we make something gross and disgusting and totally not worth it? I can't pick that one up. I would totally add mud. What tastes gross and disgusting? Good question. Where are our plants? Let me see. Something gross and disgusting. Where are our flavors? Let's see. It tastes impossible. Red tangy. Nutty and fluid. Overwhelming potent. Sugary sweet. Taste of ginger. Okay, so we need whaling. Whaling fruit. Whaling. Let's forget. Can we do blue loops? Yes, we should do blue loops. Which one's blue loops? Have I done blue loops? I'm not sure which one I did. That's the mycelium thingy. Great value of blue. I'll have blue. Do I have blue? Blue. I have green. I don't know if I have blue. Let's just go see if I can find blue. Nope. It's not blue. No, it's also not blue. Where's a snook? Oh, those are prison peppers. What is gross and disgusting? Do I have blue? I have pot. I must grab blue. I must find blue. Let me see if I can find blue. I'm not sure where I put blue. This one's yellow. This one appears to be pink. There's blue. They're running out the blue. Let's go water the can. need a blue and a green. A 1. A 2. I think I'm not doing this correctly. Where's my pot? There we go. Now we can do it. Where's green? 1 green seed. There we go. E. You want gross? I'll give it gross. Oh, it's also good against T-bag. T-ball. Just try. Let's see. Cannot say as this will be gross enough. May not be. I might have to cheat. I might have to look this one up. It did it perfectly! My goodness, that was amazing. Where's the kid? Hello? Child? Child? Where are you, child? There you are. Get back here, child. Here, have some tea. There you go, gross tea. What is it? Just a couple of liquid? That's what tea is. It's just flavored water. This sucks. Tea sucks. No, it doesn't. Just try. Yes, tea sucks. Can I get a different one? I tried making this one for you. Just drink it. Nah, I gotta go do stuff. Bye. Oh, you stubborn little rascal. Oh, well, let's feed it to ones we know for a fact will appreciate it. And also say hi to whoever this person is. Poke, 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 poke. Oh, look at that pretty color. Look at that mix. What are you saying, guys? Boro! Hello, Miss. Boro is having yet another one of his silly ideas. I'm feeling the pots inside our shop are looking a little barren, so I thought I'd to ask if you'd care to fill them up with some plants. You did such a wonderful job before with the hanging pots. Wouldn't it be lovely to also fill the pots inside? But aren't we leaving soon? What's the point of decorating all over again? The point would be that having beautiful plants nearby is a lovely thing. Perhaps not for much longer, it is true, but that is being just fine in Boro's opinion. It is your decision. I will leave it up to you whether to decorate the shop pots. No, I still don't want to do it. Fair enough. I cannot be making you do anything you do not wish. Take care as always, Miss Ota. Yes, I am not feeling it today. Nana! Hey, you there! Come here! Hello, customer of Wanderstop. How may I help you today? What's up, Nana? Oh, cut the crap. I don't need your sass. Look over there. It's her, the one behaving like a little gremlin. Where's his parents? I honestly don't know. I asked, but she wouldn't tell me. Kids off the leash, running around, causing havoc. Don't like it. That's it. That's all I had to say. Now get out of here. Bye, Nana. Wait, don't leave. Yes? Coffee. I need another coffee. The old girl's running dry here. Will you give me another item from your shop if I do? Another item? Come on, don't tell me you're just barging right into negotiations like that. Has anyone ever taught you how to haggle? This is basic stuff, kid. In fact, here it is. Professor Currency's Guide to Economics Volume 6. Yay! We got the last book! Woohoo! Covers haggling from front to back. Study up and do me a favor and don't waste my time from now on. Oh, and bring me that coffee. You bring me a coffee and maybe we'll assess trading another item situation. Maybe, possibly, I promise nothing. The last coffee you brought me was a little weak. Let's kick this one up a notch. You're gonna make me a batch with 3 beans this time and pour it into a cup. Then make a second batch of warm water with whaling. 1 more coffee bean, and actually get the helium out of there. I hate vanilla. Got no idea what I was thinking. Just put some cinnamon in there instead. You hear? Needs a bit of kick. And pour that baby on top of the 3-bean coffee. You got all that? Sheesh, I had to just make the dang thing myself. You're lucky I'm so busy tending to the stall. Well, you're talking to me and get the heck to it. Well, I take that back. This may not be our last episode, depending on how long it takes me to do coffee beans. Because this is very delicate business. Let's see. Let us go. Put our last book away. Yay! We got the last book. Hooray! Alrighty. Volume 6. Professor Currency's Guide to Economics. Welcome back, reader, to the thrilling world of economics. If you're reading each volume of my book series up until now, then you should already be comfortable with such topics as inflation, scarcity, counterfeit dollar bills, discriminator effect, imaginary taxes versus actual taxes, and all 7 methods of exporting dairy. In this volume, however, you'll be focusing on one singular topic, haggling. Haggling is the great paradox of economics. If everything has a price, why should the price change via negotiation? In this sense, haggling is a sort of economic black magic, a forbidden art to be called upon only in the most dire of circumstances. In some countries, excessive use of haggling can lead to a drastic prison sentence. Of course, a person who's skilled in haggling can quite easily reduce the prison sentence down to practically nothing. When is it appropriate to haggle? There are 3 generally accepted circumstances in which price negotiations is called for. First, when a vendor uses cosmic witch energy to artificially raise the price of a product. Witches are widely known for being disdainful of the basic tenets of capitalism and will therefore lend their powers to unscrupulous vendors in an effort to offset the market. Second, it is acceptable to haggle on behalf of a small orphan child who's sickly ill and only has a single coin to his name, who hands you the coin and coughs pitifully, asking if you'll please help him buy a loaf of bread for himself and his sister. And he knows that a single coin isn't enough for bread, but won't you please see if you can somehow negotiate the price down? And finally, it is acceptable to barter within a government-approved 12-foot by 12-foot haggle zone, if properly sanitized. How does one go about haggling? For many centuries, the most common way to initiate a negotiation was by declaring the code phrase, "Good gravy with spices. Let's haggle these prices," which would then be responded to in the affirmative with, "I'm ready, I'm willing, I'll fight for each shilling." However, starting in the plated era, customs began to shift in favor of more physically confrontational methods, such as haggle slapping. Over time, haggle slapping waned in popularity due to government regulation, and a more formalized combat handshake took its place. You are, of course, welcome to use a combination of these methods depending on local customs. So let's say step it, computer. So let's say the pre-haggling rates have been completed, and the negotiation itself has begun. Now what? It's time to remember the #1 rule of haggling. always reject the first offer. It makes no difference what the content of the first offer is, even if you've been offered everything you're seeking plus another 25% off on top. You turn it down. Be sure to couch your rejection in a pithy, condescending remark like, haha, okay, we've gotten all that pathetic joke offers out of our system, let's get down to business. Reason for this is simple. Heckling is all about establishing dominance. The person with the most confidence is always the one who wins the heckle, regardless of the actual terms of the deal end up being. And the most important aspect of confidence is knowing that you could walk away at any time for any reason. You must be willing to burn everything you cherish to the ground at the drop of a hat, simply to spite someone who is slightly more arrogant than you. For this reason, you must reject the first offer and your opponent makes a counter-offer. The sensible thing to do is to strongly consider rejecting the second offer as well. Regardless of the details, many business people will flip a coin to decide whether to even consider the second offer or to reject it outright. Of course, coin flips are well known for their better than average odds, so you may wish to instead roll a series of weighted dice to create a higher likelihood of turning the offer down. If you're made to the third offer, well done! You're now entering the vaunted Master's Inner Circle of Heckling. If up until this point the negotiation has been a game of checkers, from here it becomes more like a game of 8-dimensional underwater chess, played both forward and backwards in time, entirely within the mind of a genius 12-year-old who's simultaneously crushing the world's leading chess champion in a real-life chess game on top of a mountain. At this point, there are no hard and fast rules of heckling. You will only succeed on a combination of instinct, experience, and brutal intimidation. If there is one rule for you, remember it should be this. Always be willing to walk away at any time for any reason. If your opponent comments on how fair and equitable this deal is, consider walking away simply to demonstrate a superiority. If he mentions how hard times have been for him and what an incredible blessing this deal will be to help his family get back on their feet, you should walk away simply to test the legitimacy of his "I have a family" story. And if he ever shows you pictures of his family, immediately excuse yourself so that you can report into the police for family-based fraud. Family-based fraud is the most morally detrimental to society of all crimes committed by man, as the degenerate will spend the rest of his life behind bars. With this information, you should now have a firm grasp of the ins and outs of haggling. Continue to study and apply yourself to practice, and complete mastery of price negotiation will be close at hand. You'll see in the next volume of Professor Currency's Guide to Economics, where we'll reveal over 150 ways of identifying a family-based fraudster just by the look in his eyes. Woo! That was a long one. Not sure if I found that one. Economics! That particular brand of economics, not my thing. So, we must make 3 coffee bean coffee. And then we got to add on top of it. Ooh. Where are we? Ooh. It's just sitting on a log. A coffee bean. 1. I managed to put it through the cleaners. See if we can go find some more coffee beans. They definitely grow, but they don't grow very fast. If. Picky up bee. Picky up bee. Picky up bee. Must go find another bean. Must go find another bean. Oh, gotta clean this one too. Time to clean! Scrub-a-dub-dub! Into the tub! At least we have another mug if we need to. Let me see. Coffee bean, where? Ooh! Coffee bean! Bean! Okie dokie! We put this one in. That should be number 3. And then we need a 4th one, I think. Just double check our request here. And I want coffee bean. I also gotta figure out which plant that was. You want another whaling? Wow. Hey! Alright. Whaling, whaling, we're going whaling. And then something about cinnamon. Vanilla, the cinnamon, wait. Overwhelmingly potent taste with cinnamon. We need a pale melon. Pale melon, pale melon. Hot diddly dog, we're making a pale melon. Let's see. Da. And then I need to water the plants. Oh, what is the plant? That's the green one. There's the pink one. And done. And then we need to go get some water. What? Pale melon. A dirty bean. We have a dirty bean. One, a two, a three. Here, you can have coffee. Let's see, where are we at the top? I need a mug. The mugs are deeper. Go get the coffee bean, coffee bean, coffee bean. Time to go get the coffee bean. Yeah, dum dum dum. Na na na, I got 2 coffees. There you go. Yep, you did it. To your credit, I'll say this. You've brought me 2 cups of coffee now. Oh, that's so sweet of you to say. No, it isn't. It's the cold objective truth. Still, you did bring me a second coffee. Fine, take something else off my hands, but only one. Ooh. Oh, it's a ghosty. Honestly, I'm actually fond of the cup. Say, what, you want a third one? I'll get you a third one. A kid over there. The one whose parents are a mystery. What's her deal? What's she doing around here? No idea. She's just been running around, drawing on the walls, asking me questions. She calls herself Monster, but I don't know if that's her real name. Now listen to me. Kid like that, running around unsupervised, it's no good. Kids don't just automatically become healthy, well-rounded people like me. It takes work. They need coaching. They need direction. You hear what I'm saying? Oh, you've done for the kid, eh? What kind of direction are you giving her? I'm, giving her tea? I'm probably letting her draw on the walls. I'm not really doing anything else. I'm probably letting her draw on the walls. That's your idea of a proper role modeling? Listen up here. You're gonna ruin that kid with your hippie delusions. Gonna run her right into the ground. Forget about this old ad hoc art class you're letting her host. Try giving her even an inkling of direction. You think a kid like that just figures it out all on her own? Hell no. Excuse me, but I'm not her mom. Maybe you should look after her. I'm surprised you care this much about Monster. Honestly, I'm surprised that you care about this much about Monster. Now listen here. The fact that you think I'm a heartless barnacle doesn't bother me none. I got no need to explain myself to you. I'm just here speaking the cold objective truth. And the truth is that you're the only person here that this kid will properly listen to. Got it? So don't screw her up with your nonsense. Alright, now get out of here. Your nanobuckless vibes are wrecking my intended atmosphere. Thanks for the advice. Bye, Nana. We shall decorate with the new mug. New mug. I'm just going to put it in place. Just put it there. Fine now. There, I just place this one up, and then clean it, and then... Let's see what she says about that! Kid! Kid! I haven't a clue! I'm curious as what she's gonna do with the drawing. I want more drawings, kid! Eee. Hey, I got a question. If I find a thing and nobody else is using it, that means it's mine, right? Do I get to keep it? What exactly did you find? Come here, I'll show you. Oh, snap! Oh, snap! Did she find the sword? She found the sword, didn't she? I'm calling it. She found the sword. Or is she talking about the mask? Honestly, if she wants the mask, she can totally have the mask. I do not care. I bet she's talking about this stuff. Although, speaking of, I haven't actually tried picking it up. No, seems I can't. When I go home, will I be able to take my sword with me? I hope so. I really do. Who knows? We'll find out. I know exactly where you're going, you kid. I knew it. I knew it. I totally knew it. Look, it's a cool sword. I found it, so I gotta keep it, right? Well, that's actually my sword, so it already belongs to me. Huh? If it's yours, why was it sitting over here? Oh, well, it's a really strange reason. I don't know how to explain it. Tell me. Well, it's not important. I used to be a fighter. This was a sword I used in combat. You're a fighter? Yep, 8 years, professionally. Wow, that's so cool! Where'd your sword come from? How'd you get it? I had it made for me by one of the truly great blacksmiths where I lived. I gave her endless instructions and specifications for how it should feel and what it should look like. When I had the finished work, I knew beyond a doubt that it would help me become a champion. Endless days I trained with only the sword over and over and learning its every subtlety. Years of practice, hundreds of fights, all using the sword. By the end, I felt complete and total mastery with it. The sword was made for me. I shaped myself around it. Wow! Did you also wear this big stupid mask when you were fighting? No, that mask belongs to, someone else. Have you ever killed a person in a fight? I don't want to talk about that. But I want to know. I want to know everything about fighting. Is it fun to be in a real fight? Does it make you feel super, super cool? Monster, I don't do all this because it's cool or fun. Really? So why do you do it? Because it challenges me in a way that I love. Because I'm good at it. Because you grow the most when you're facing danger. Because it challenges me in a way that I love. With a lot of skills, it's totally subjective as to how good you are compared to others. But combat is black and white. Either you overpower your opponent or they overpower you. So every time I defeat someone in combat, I know without question that I'm the one who worked harder. It's perfect, crystal clarity. I did the work, and you didn't. A lot of things in the world are confusing, but this one thing isn't. It's incredible. What? What's that look? You are the coolest person ever! Really? I thought you said I was stupid and old. Yeah, that's because I didn't know you could fight. But now I know you're a fighter, a real one. That's so cool. Finally, I child's approval. I don't feel very cool. Nah, you're cool. It's official. Aw, man. Jackie No Name would freak out if he knew I was hanging out with you. Let me have more tea. I want more tea. To drink or to abandon? Yeah! Listen, if you want tea, you should request a specific kind. What's your favorite taste? Your favorite thing to eat? Huh? Sometimes I eat dirt, but not because I wanna. Just because it makes Annabeth so mad, which I like. What else? Cereal! Commander Crispies is my favorite. I eat it every time I'm staying at Tessa's place. Tessa's mom is so cool because she actually lets me eat sugary cereal. Cereal sucks if it doesn't have lots of sugar in it. That's what Commander Crispy says. Okay, so things you eat include breakfast, cereal, sugar, and dirt? Yeah, I think so. Alright, I'm gonna make you a cup of tea, and this time you're gonna actually drink it. How do I put in dirt? Is it just like dirty coffee bean? Breakfast, cereal, sugar, and dirt. I need help how to put in dirt. Well, let's go get the... Yeah, what? Oh, what? Which one was that? Cereal. Sweet and sugary. Okay, we need whistleberries. With this green, with the pinks. A green with the pink. Which one is green? Okay, we got the whistleberries and we need... Taste of your favorite flavor. No. Fruits of regret. No. Where was it? No. Sugary treat. Where's the breakfast cereal? Hold on. Assessment. The origins of plants. What? Impossible. Threaten tingy. Very nutty. Respond. Sweet and sugary. Snow cone. Tastes like citrus milk and whatever you most frequently had for breakfast. Okay. So I need yellow. Yellow, yellow. Alrighty. Gotta get some water. Wanna double check that we got snow cones. Citrus milk and whatever else you ate. Why do I get dirt? Dirt. Do I put in coffee? That seems like a bad idea, but I don't know how else to do dirt. I am going to guess. Also, I need to make some tea. I don't have any tea. No tea balls. And go put the tea balls. Tea balls. What the heck are you? Who are you? Customer. I'm love kindness. I, me love kindnesses to ye. Welcome, none your tear must begotten shoveling types. Yes? I am having trouble reading this. Yes, sure. Hello. Hello to you as well, me love. Kindness for the weary gone muchly. This is Wanderstop. It's a tea shop. So it's true. It'll be lovely to indeed well much as a rest be needed. Tells me what kind of manner of tea is it you serves like. There are lots of types. Tell me what you want and I'll try to find it. What I want? 'Tis the lovely sweet of sentiments, yes. Pleasant if it carry me, give me love and brew. And brew? So's the girl herself who loves it the most, yes. Finally made. Would you be so a cup for myself? How do you make and brew? James, no?
James pun brews and such. Like, hasn't she make well to do?
Hang on. I'm gonna have to go talk to Boro. He might have an idea of what you're talking about. I'm having a hard time reading it. I'm having a hard time.
Yeah, I think I'm stuck in like a weird Scottish thing. Okay, maybe not Scottish, but like Irish or something. I don't know.
Hey, there's a customer over here saying some things that are difficult to understand. He mentioned and brew. Do you know what that is? My heavens, Boro has not received a request for and brew in many ages. This is one of the older drinks used in ceremonies from long ago. Our new friend must be from the old Anne. What a treat. Boro was ever very fortunate to be attending a ceremony at Old Anne some years ago now, if you are believing it. What was the ceremony like? Just tell me how to make it. What was the ceremony like? Goodness, it was immensely confusing. Boro has never been so overwhelmed. Many dozens of people, everybody is singing and doing a dance of some kind, yet every dance and song is completely different. Was it all being improvised? I couldn't say. Then they would stop and be starting again, all in perfect unison with one another, over and over. For hours like this it went on. Surely the endurance needed was quite beyond my comprehension. I'll be honest, Boro found it difficult to know what to pay attention to with so much happening. Yet for all my bewilderment, it was a truly unique experience, unforgettable in every way. Oh, but and brew, we must be making some. There are several steps we must be following. First, use only cold water. You must be infusing cold water with these ingredients in order. First, a dupe shroom. Second, a vapor sprout. Third, you must color swap a puff pod using fuse shrooms, adding one of these colorful puff pods to the infuser. Fourth, toss in the blue loop. After all of this, you add a tea ball. Then you must let the ingredients sit for 1 full minute. And finally, after a minute, 1 more tea ball into the mix. Nothing else, just those ingredients. All taken together, this should be making the and brew. If Boro's memory is serving correctly, that is. Memory is not my strongest suit. Not like bowling. Much better at bowling. I hope this is helping. Let me go make this tea before I get distracted by something trivial. Bowling, eh? Indeed, a beloved pastime for when I am finding a time away from the shop. And you guess what Boro's highest score ever was? Yes. 297. 300. I'm gonna guess 300. Well, no, it is 104, but goodness me, what a wonderful feeling it was. I was being one with the alley, truly I was. Maybe Boro one day experience such delight again one day. Now then, I will be letting you back to it. Best luck with the Aeon Brew. Oh, we're getting all the complicated ones. Whew, I guess we're going for another episode. I do believe perhaps I shall be able. No guarantees. Breakfast cereal, sugar and dirt. I do not mean knowing if this is correct, but we shall try. I do not know how else to be getting dirt. Kid, why are you on the stairs? You're at a very strange angle. Here's the tea you asked for. Can I have a different one? No, drink it. Okay. What do you think? Wow, tastes just like Commander Crispies. How did you do that? Snow cone and whistleberries. Magic. That's just tea. Snow cone and whistleberries. I don't know what those are, and you can't make me learn. Maybe tea doesn't suck if it tastes like Commander Crispies. And it's got the taste of dirt too. Tea tastes like everything. I didn't know tea was this cool. Why did you tell me tea was cool? I didn't know tea was this cool. Why didn't you tell me tea was cool? Eh? Yeah, but you didn't sound cool enough while saying it. You need to sound cooler. Oh, hey, there's something I need to ask you. Do you think you could beat a lion in a fight? Definitely. Definitely not. Definitely. Yeah, I think so too. How about a whale? Could you beat a blue whale? I don't know how that would work. Definitely. I don't know how that would work. Oh, it's easy. You just kill it with your sword or your hands. Ah, yes, obviously. Which would you rather fight, a lion or a whale? Why not both? Gasp. Yeah, I want to do that too. I would stuff the lion right in the whale's blowhole. Could you beat a guy if he had a sword but all you had was a toothbrush? Could you still kill him? Monster, combat isn't just about what type of weapon you have. Combat is about control. Control is physical, but it's also mental. Control is knowing what your opponent thinks, what he fears. If I know exactly what my opponent wants, what he's scared of, I can win every time. That's how I became a champion. I made sure nobody could control me. Wow! This is so cool. I'm learning way more than I ever did in school. Stay in school. School sucks. Yeah, you have the best opinions on everything. To be fair, school does suck. Oh, yo! She's... what? Ooh! Oh, snap! Splashes of color everywhere! Are we losing color or are we getting color? I'm a little confused. Wow. Yo! Cold water. Wafer. This is a huge list and I'm not prepared. Also, we need more T-balls. Time to go get T-balls. Man, look at those weeds grow. That's amazing. I'm gonna go get some tea. Some tea. I need to go grab some tea. Some tea. Some tea. Ooh, there's a couple. I need 3 of those. And then I need... where was the first? Oh, he swapped. I need a dupe shroom. What? It's robot. Oh, it's A! I am failing. Are there more? Let me see. Wow, this is a little tough. Let's ooh, there's... oh, there's a shrink room. I don't need a shrink room. I need a dupe shroom. A dupe shroom. A puff pod. A dupe shroom. Puff pod. Something. I don't know if it's been a minute. let us go drop off our tea. Make tea balls. Apparently we're gonna get another episode. I was not expecting that. I was anticipating we would be done by now, but apparently not. So, we'll keep going on next time on the next episode. Bye-bye. Let's see. If I can control. Where's my mouse? Mousey! There's